हेलो गाइस एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। तो आज के इस वीडियो में हम सीखेंगे वर्किंग विद इंटीजर एंड फ्लोट वैल्यू इन पाइथन। तो अगर आप मेरे चैनल पे नए हो तो सब्सक्राइब टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल एंड फॉलो अलोंग विथ मी। यहाँ पर हम एक वेरिएबल डिफाइन करेंगे num इक्वल टू 2। सो यहाँ पे वी हैव द बिल्डिंग फंक्शन टाइप इन पाइथन एंड इफ आई जस्ट प्रिंट टाइप ऑफ num then you can see here it is a integer class. Okay, so if I just do here, so if I just copy this code and I am just making this comment, okay, so that you can find all this code in my GitHub. So if I just do here 2.14 and I just print type of num, then you can see here it is class float. Okay, so this is how we can define integer and float type value in Python. What are the operations supported in Python? That means arithmetic operations. So I have a snippet code already written, so I'm just copy and pasting here. Okay, and I'm making all this code as a comment. So I have already explained how to make comment in PyCharm shortcut using shortcut. Okay, so go ahead and watch my previous video जहाँ पे मैंने बताया है how to make comment, okay, of this all this line using the shortcut keyboard. Then यहाँ पर if I just print here 3 plus 2, then it should print 5 here, which is expected. Okay, so like this, if we have to print minus, then just subtract 3 minus 2, then it's 1. Okay, and if we have to multiply, then just multiply operation and it will multiply to 6. 3 into 2 equal to 6. And if we have to divide, then use this divide operator here to divide the number. So it will print as a float value 1.5. so this is if we use single divide, so it will give us the float value result. Okay, so this is new to Python. So if we have to get the integer value, then we have to use the double slash to divide the value. So if I just run this one, then it gives 1 here. Okay, and if we have to do the power of 3 to the power 2, then we can use double star to get the power of 3. Okay, so it has given 9 here, and if we have to do the modulo operation, then use the percentage sign to do the modulo operation. That means it will give the remainder of this number. That means 3 divided by 2, remainder is 1. So this is very useful here to do the odd and even number comparison. Okay, to get the odd and even number. तो वहां पर जो है ये हमारा modulo operation का यहाँ पे यूज बहुत ही ज़्यादा होता है in Python में. So these are the arithmetic operation in Python. Okay, so हमें यहाँ पे precedence change करना होगा. Then how can we use the precedence here? Okay, so if I just use 3 into 2 plus 1, so it will give 7 here. Okay, which is expected. But अगर हमें इसका जो precedent है वो यहाँ पे change करना होगा, then we can change using the parenthesis here. So if I just run this one, then it will give 9. That means 2 plus 1 equal to 3 and into 3 equal to 9. So this is how this precedent we can change in Python. Okay, so let's say अगर हमें यहाँ पे जो नंबर है इसको इंक्रीमेंट करना है, then how can we increment the number? So one way to do this is num equal to num plus 1, and if I just print here num, so it will give here 3. So this is the one way to increment the number, and there is another way which is a shorthand way to increment the number. So to do the increment, what we can do here, instead of num equal to num plus 1, I can do here num plus equal to 1, and if I just print this one, still it will give the 3 value here. So like this one, we can also do here multiply operation num into equal to 10, so it will give 20 here. So this is how we can use the increment operator, or we can also use the multiply operator like this syntax in Python. So there are couple of built-in functions in Python, so like absolute value. Okay, so that means if I just define here one number which is -2, okay, and I just print here ABS, that means absolute of number. Okay, so it will just remove the minus sign and it will give the absolute number here. So this is the absolute function in Python. And also we have the round function, that means which is very useful function in Python. So let's say we have number defined 3.75, which is a float value, and if I have to do the round of this number, that means it will give the round number of 3.75, and if I just print this one, then you can see here it has given 4. Okay, and round function also takes one additional argument here. So how many numbers you want to do the round? Okay, so if I just give here 1, okay, so only one number I want to do the round of this number, so it will give here 3.8. so in this way we can do the round of the number here. Okay, so I'm just making another code here so that you can go ahead and get all this code from my GitHub repository. Okay, so after that there are another operation which is called comparison. So if we have to do the comparison in Python, so I have written the code snippet here, so I'm just pasting it here and using the shortcut key I have made comment here all this code. Okay, and let's say I am just defining two number here, num1 equal to 2. Okay, so if we have to define number, so we are using here a snake case. Okay, so like this one, so I'm just making this 3 and this is 2. Okay, as per our this commented line. Okay, so this is called a snake case. Okay, so if we have to define any num1, then we use here underscore to define the variable name here. Okay, so if I just print here num1 double equal to num2, then you can see here it will give false here, which is a Boolean value. So as we go ahead, I will explain in the Boolean video all these things that regarding the Boolean value. So if we have to do this one not equal to num1 not equal to num2, which is gives true, which is true, 3 not equal to 2. Okay, so if we have to do greater than, then num1 greater than num2, then again it's true, 3 is greater than 2, and if we use less than, then it will print here false. And likewise we can also do greater equal to, then it will give true here, and same way we can also use less than equal to, which will give here false. And so these are the comparison operation in Python that we can perform in Python. And let's say this is the obvious mistake that we can all make in Python. So let's say here num1 equal to some string value, okay, which looks like this is an integer, but this is not a integer, because let's say if you are getting some data from the third-party application and you are trying to do some operation on this number. Okay, so which is looks like it is a integer, but this is not an integer, this is a string. So if I just do the addition of num1 and num2, then you can see here it is not the expected result. So let's say it's given 100 and after that it's given 200, which is not a expected result. So this is how it's looked like integer, but it's not a integer, this is a string. So as I explained in the previous video, so if we concatenate two string value, then this is the result. Okay, so we can also concatenate a string using the plus sign in Python. So how can we do the addition operation with this integer type number which is not integer, which is a string? So here we can do the typecasting. So to do the typecast, we can just convert this num1 into the num1, okay, and num2 we can convert using the int function and we can convert this num2 as a integer value, okay, using the int function in this one. And after that, if I just do the addition of num1 and num2, so we will get the expected result in this case. So आज के वीडियो में बस इतना ही। तो आज का वीडियो आपको कैसा लगा, लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट सेक्शन। एंड तब तक के लिए टाटा, बाय बाय एंड कीप कोडिंग।